Hello, I am Felicita Churie. I donated one of my kidneys to my son, Tobiko Churie, on June 13th, 1990, after he had been sick for 7 years. When I was told he needed a transplant, I did not wait for dialysis. We prepared under Dr. Abdallah. The tests were all done at Aga Khan, some of them at Kemri, and others were sent out. At one time, I was admitted in Nairobi Hospital for angiogram, which was one of the required tests. He kept well, of course, under a lot of immunosuppressants, and we were very, very cautious, especially to avoid infections. And he lived with a donated kidney for 26.5 years, all under Aga Khan supervision. I would only advise the recipients to be very cautious. Once one receives a kidney, that's not the end of the story. One needs to be very cautious, take medicines according to the advice of the doctor, avoid crowds, avoid all infections, and avoid all unsolicited advice. Get all your advice from your doctors. I have kept extremely well. I am 78 years old, going to 79, and I'm in top form. I only go for checkups, lab tests at Aga Khan, once a year, 6 months, when I remember. So I am keeping very well under Dr. Twahir. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I'm Felicita Churie. I am the author of that book, I Once Had a Son. And it is found through Kindle, ebook, print book. It is at Keswick Bookshop, both in town and Sarit Center. Now, we did our transplant here at Aga Khan in 1990. Yes. And my son lived for 26.5 years. And all that is in the book. And it's not even the donated kidney that killed him. It was a small infection that we did not notice. And that took him in 2 hours. So, what do I need to tell you? When you are a recipient of a kidney, that is not the end of the story. You need to watch infections. Because I have seen people celebrating because it is a success. They celebrate and everybody is asking you, now that you have received a new kidney, why are you not working? Why are you not married? Why are you not marrying? Why haven't you bought this? You know, that kind of pressure can lead you into other things and anxiety. I was very particular because I had read so much about what happens after receiving a kidney. For 3 months, it was only the 2 of us in that house. Nobody came. I didn't care losing friends. I explained to them, but all of them understood. So my son had been sick for 7 years, and when Dr. Abdallah, because he was the main physician, and Dr. Tesfa, advised and told me, I think eventually you will need a transplant in less than 6 months. I told Dr. Tesfa, check, are we compatible? I didn't realize, as Grace has just said, the number of tests we had to go through. And this is 1990. I went through all the tests here in Aga Khan. Some were done at Kemri. I was admitted in Nairobi Hospital for angiogram, and some of the tests were sent, I think, to Germany. But do you know one thing I felt happy was that I realized how healthy I was. And that confirmed that the doctors are not just doing guesswork. They have to make sure they are not going to trigger other issues. So the issue of, the life is not the same after you donate, it's not true. People ask me, how do you feel now that you have given one kidney? I tell them, I feel lighter. With one kidney gone, so I have lost a bit of weight. But you see, that's a very loaded statement because it's not only making me feel lighter in body, but even in my mind, knowing I have done that, and that is the best I could do. And I feel very well about it. I am already 78. I'm going to 79 years old. And I assure you I'm not going anywhere. I tell my daughters, you people will be tired because I'm going to live long. I believe in good life. I have 2 other daughters. I was exactly 45 when I gave the kidney. And let me tell you, we don't appreciate the brains we have in this country. The brains are here, but they are all silent brains. Because when you are dealing with a patient who is going to receive a kidney, you are going to be the donor, you are going to get a lot of unsolicited advice. Please don't go to the doctors and argue with them. I used to argue with Dr. Abdallah. Sometimes we wouldn't even, but at the end of the day, we disagree. I tell him, I don't think you are being fair. And we would quarrel, and the next day we are friends. Because I had to understand. And my son read a lot. I read a lot. People asking me, are you God? You are going to give somebody second life. What do you mean? I said, I am not giving anybody second life. I'm just giving an organ. I'm not giving the spirit, all right? And people would come and say, you people are cursed. What did you do? Now that your son had to get, this is he got sick 1983. And so people were asking me, what curse is this? And I would refer them to the Bible. Jesus was brought somebody who was blind, and he was asked, who sinned? This man has been blind since he was born. And what did Jesus say? No one. That is the power of God. I read the Bible the way I would read a history book to see some of the truths in that Bible. Because, you will get, this one will say this one will say this one will say this. Try this herb, try this drink. I don't know, stand on your head or something. You have to be very careful. And then people say, your life will never be the same after you give the kidney. These people are playing tricks. I don't know what. No doctor is going to take chances. So what I'm trying to say is work with your doctor. If you need any questions answered, check with them. And for the caregivers, unfortunately, we give all the attention to the person who has been given the kidney. We don't at least understand the people living around that patient. And you who are caregivers here, I really stand up for you. It is not easy dealing with a kidney patient. They will wake up one morning and they'll just look at you and you feel, now this house is not big enough for both of us. They are moody, they are tired, they are on too much. So you need to understand and even put yourself in their place. If you yourself, you are getting tired, what about the doctors who deal with all of them all the time? Even these doctors, I'm telling you, they are angels without wings. Because it's not easy. I used to look at my son and I would say, God, where did this boy come from? Because sometimes he would just look at me and say, I'm not taking the medicine. And I would know if he doesn't take that medicine, we'll have rejection. Where do we start? And that time there was no insurance that would touch him. I am a teacher by profession and our salaries. I had to hold almost 5 jobs to pay. But I was still not tired. I was so sure that was the correct thing to do, and I was not going to doubt. But you caregivers, please just understand when one is a kidney patient, it's very hard. I was just talking to a lady sitting there who's taking care of her husband who has been on dialysis for 9 years. I think you need a medal. Can you stand up? They see you. My friend, it's okay, let them see you. I think we should appreciate you. She has taken care of her husband. It's not easy. We only focus on the patient, but let's also appreciate the caregiver. May God give you strength. So, it is very good when you are caregiver. But as a donor, I come to Aga Khan still for checkups once a year, sometimes when I remember, 6 months. And Dr. Twahir tells me, hey, you need to come back. So I just come there because I have to. Otherwise, I'm in top form. So please, this is the way to go. Let's appreciate. And if you have any questions, just check with your doctors. If you have time, go to Keswick Bookshop, either in town or Sarit Center. Get that book, I Once Had a Son. I have explained everything. You as a donor, as a recipient, as a caregiver, what are some of the challenges? Because in the middle of him, during that time, the 26.5 years, at the beginning he went into depression. One day I just went and saw him. He looked at me, and I said, take your medicine because I'm going to work. He just looked at me, and I could see things were not right. And together with the doctor, we got a psychiatrist, because he couldn't talk, he couldn't swallow. I don't know. To this day, I've never known what happened. Me and Dr. Twahiri, we called Dr. Witi. He came here, he was given an injection, he started talking like a parrot. He said, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty. So doctors, really, I don't know. I have a lot of place for them. And if you dig a little bit there near Aga Khan, you'll find my heart there. Because I really love this hospital. And as I say, I am a living testimony. You get the book and see it, and the issue of saying, oh, you'll be this, you'll be that, please don't listen to all this advice around you. People, thank you very much, and I feel very honored for having been invited. Thank you, Nancy. You looked for me. I really appreciate. And good people, without kidney, with a donor or what, life is good. Thank you and good day.